Welcome to Verizon Wireless.
Anybody there? Anybody there? Hello? Anybody? Anybody home? Mark? Anybody? Hello? Is anybody in there? Alrighty. I'm hoping that I'm just waiting on you to get into the studio here. At least that's my hope anyway. Mark, are you there? Are you there, Mark? Hello? 1 2 1 2 check. Anybody home? Anybody home? Anybody home? Hello? Are you there, Mark? Great. Of course we'd have this kind of issue.
All right, man, you there?
Oh, yeah, there you are. Cool.
Are you there, Larry?
Yeah, I'm here. Are you there?
All right, I see the thing moving, but I can't hear you, so
Yeah, I'm here.
I will assume. Text me how long you're out till being ready, and I'll get you on.
Okay. Kind of wondering why you can't hear me. Can you hear me now if I get louder? 1 2 1 2. Let's see.
Yeah, I can see it move when you
Okay.
talk, but I can't hear you.
Can't hear me on there? All right, well, that's fine. We'll see if we can adjust that through the way that we got going on here.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Just text me about how long you're out.
Yeah. All right. Loud, loud, loud. I don't know why that is. I just don't understand. But okay, here come the Cubs. That's all I know.
tonight's Humboldt Club broadcast on your home from the Cubs, KKY AM 1460 and 99.9 FM is being brought to you by BMW Trailer Bridges, Water Sealing Company, Community National Bank, and USC 258. Now let's get you out to the game on your home for the Humboldt Cubs, KKY AM 1460 and 99.9 FM.
Hey, good evening, Cub fans. As we are ready to rock and roll here tonight. Well, I tell you, there's a lot of feedback coming through there, but that's all good. All right, check it out now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let's cut that down a little bit. All right, so good evening, Cub fans. Welcome here to playoff action tonight, as it is a Richmond Central Vikings in town to take on your Humboldt Cubs here this evening. As you see, we are on the live stream broadcast brought to you by Dudley Dunlop Barbecue. You can see that out there right now going on. We got the Cubs in their awesome looking orange uniforms, Richmond Central in the whites here tonight. The Vikings coming in here as one of the lower seeds, but I tell you, they have a very good and tough schedule that they have to play throughout the year. They play some tough teams up there around the Topeka and the Ottawa area, or just, in Emporia area, in that area there. So they're a good, solid squad. They got to play a lot of good, tough teams here. But Humboldt Cubs, I tell you, with their great athletes that they have out there on the field, especially Connor Haviland's, Race Hepker, Speed Hepker, sorry. Cooper Jaro used to be saying race. It's been a while since I've done some Cub football, folks. But love being here to call the Cubs here tonight here on Z9 on 1460 AM and 99.9 FM, and on the live stream at KKOY.com. So let's get to the kickoff, getting ready to come up here. Get your score up there. I don't know if that score is going to work. I got it in the orange, and I might have just clashed there with the Cubs throughout the evening. So let's see if we can do a little bit different with that. See if we can move it up to the top up here. Might make it a little bit more visible for the Cub fans there. There we go. Because, it would just clash with the orange uniforms we got going out there for the Humboldt Cubs here tonight. All right, 99.9 FM, 1460 AM, and we got your national anthem coming at you right now. Good job there by the Cub band as they get the national anthem out there. We're ready to play some football here tonight, and thanks for joining us wherever you're out there. And let's go Cubs. It's going to be a good one here this evening as we have the captains making their way to the field here for the Cubs. It looks like we're going to have Connor Haviland out there for sure, and then number 13 is Isaiah Coronado for the Cubs. 71, that is Joshua Hull. And number 32 for the Cubs, that is, we're going to find him up in here. It should be no problem. All right, so Humboldt Cubs now out to come out here, and we're getting ready for the opening kickoff. And it looks like Richmond is going to take the opening kick here as the Cubs will kick off, and the Cubs will go right to left on your radio dial. So good to go here. And Richmond Central, we're going to call them the Big R here as they get ready to bring their offense out in this first round of the playoffs here from Humboldt tonight. So let's go Cubs. Thanks for joining us on your home for the Cubs. I said they have it's a little bit different camera for me tonight, folks, but I'm going to get it just right for you, I promise. It'll be a good broadcast. There we go. I think that's about the best view I'm going to get for everything. All right, so here we go. Let's get some Cub football going on here on 1460, 99.9 FM. And I understand that back in the studio we have a little bit of an issue with one of our other stations over there. So I got one guy back in there, and I'm hoping I can get somebody in there to help out. So apologize, folks, if we don't get a break right up in here the best we can, but I'll do my best to keep you entertained throughout this big ball game here tonight. Cubs going right to left on the radio dial, as I said. And now Richmond Central and the Vikings having their final huddle, getting ready to break that. I saw them in the warm-ups. They were doing a little bit of a wildcat formation in there at times as well, but I know that Coach Wyrick and this wide-open offense that the Cubs can run here tonight, a great athlete that they got out here on the field. I don't see a whole lot of issue, but I mean, you know, it's playoff time. It's just the way it is, but the Cubs could make a good deep run again like they did last year, if not even get to that title game. So we will see how that goes. But it starts tonight as playoff action gets underway. Looks like we have number 11, Newell. And Connor Hamlin's going to kick off. And also back deep there is going to be number 2, Detweiler for the Vikings. So send ready to go. Connor Hamlin. Set it up here onto the tee. Gavin Page letting everybody ready to go. So let's play some football here tonight, all right? Connor Hamlin ready for the kick. Here it is. And it'll be a low liner, and it'll be picked up there by the up man. That man's still fumbling with it, and he's finally going to be taken down there at about the 25-yard line. So that's where they're going to start off, as Richmond Central will start off on their own 25-yard line. At 11:53. Just underway here. So 10, Bones finally picks up that pass, or that loose ball there on the kickoff, and gets his team started here on their own 25-yard line. First down and 10 for the Vikings. In the backfield is number 2, Detweiler. That's your quarterback here. And you're going to send and bunch them up over to the left side. Detweiler's going to try to run around that edge, turn in the corner, but the Cub defense going to meet him right there at the point of attack. And a nice job by the Cubs coming around the corner. That is Cooper Jarrow. So Detweiler picks up of a couple, maybe one. Speed Epker there on the stop as well. Speed wearing number 57 tonight. All right, 26, so 1 yard run makes it a second down and 9 for Detweiler and his crew. 2 by 1. Into the backfield, low snap. Detweiler's going to take it off his knees. That's number 23 in the Wildcat formation there. That will be Burson.
Carrying the ball, number 23, Brady Burson.
And it looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage for no gain onto that play. So it's a third down and 9 for the Cubs. That's Burson. Didn't get much there as that Cub defense looking to make a statement here onto the first possession of the night. So here come the Vikings back to the line. That's going to be Burson in the backfield for the Vikings. Burson going to look to pass. Going to be pressured. Puts it up in the air. Downfield. Got a man down there, but he's going to overthrow everybody. And it's going to be an incomplete pass. So nice job. A little bit of pressure there in the backfield by the Cub defense. Forces an incomplete pass. And that will be fourth down from the 26-yard line. Here comes the punt team going back deep for the Cubs. Cooper Jarrow, he'll be back deep.
Number 15, Cooper Jarrow.
And your kicker looks like number 63, that is Alouette. Here's the snap, it's a good snap, and the kick on the way. So low off the side of his foot, not very far at all. And looks like Richmond needs to finally jump on it. And they finally do there at the 30-yard line. So it's a whole 4-yard punt. So off the side of the foot for a 4-yard kick for the kicker. And that'll be a first down and 10 here for the Cubs, as they are now with 10:20 to go. Now they get a good starting position. They're going to stay at the 30-yard line of Richmond here. So here comes Connor Havlin and that Cub offense to the line. Going to follow around over to the right side, turning the corner. Connor Havlin still on his feet. Still on his feet as he turns the corner. He's going to take it in. That's going to be 5. Touchdown, Cubs, as he takes it around the corner for the touchdown. And that's a 30-yard touchdown run by Connor Havlin for the score. And the Cubs get on the board with a 30-yard touchdown run. One play. Didn't take any time off the clock. Nice job there Nice job there by Connor Havlin. Now, here comes The extra point try, they're going to go for 2, are the Cubs. Havlin going to look to cut it up inside, and does. He takes it inside for a 2-point conversion. Is good. So that will make it an 8-0 ball game by Connor Havlin as he takes it in around the left side, or the right side, I should say, and makes it an 8-6 ball game for the Cubs. So we will get ready to take a quick break, and we'll send it back to the studio here for a 30-second break as the Cubs score first here in Humboldt on this first possession of the first quarter here on 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
BMW trailer business, this is the future of American manufacturing. Both American and the one continue along the principles they work around and make the leaders. My BMW trailer business is still made in Humboldt. It's a strong, consistent, and trusted BMW products are manufactured in a state-of-the-art facility. The purpose is geared to influence across once a year trailer business, no addition to rely on good uncompromised and leadership. That's why we focus on the U.S.-made studio that's shaped on the safe and durable American product. BMW trailer business, proudly made in Humboldt, Kansas. Go Cubs! Let's get back to the game on your home from the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
And we're back here after the quick break, and here comes the kick. And it will be taken there by Detweiler. He'll try to bring it right up the middle, following some blockers and still on his feet right to the middle of the field, and he'll finally be tackled there at about the 40-yard line. So it's a nice start here for Richmond as they'll get it back to the 40-yard line. 10:01 to go. Page there on the stop for the Cubs, and see if we can get a real quick change of the score here, folks, and make it right for you on the screen. It takes me just a few seconds, so we'll see if we can get it done. Here we go. There we are. All right, so here we go. First down and 10 for Richmond. They're bringing a man of motion. It's going to be the jet sweep, trying to bring him here to the right side. Got some room, and he'll finally be taken up there about a midfield before he's finally taken down. Number 17, Suarez on the carry there for number 17. And that's almost enough for a first down. They'll give him 9 on that carry, right up to just right outside the 50-yard line. So at the 49, I got a second down and 1. Does the Vikings as they come to the line. Bunching them up now, trying to squeeze them in. Here comes Detweiler. Trying to bring it right up to the middle. He'll have enough for a first down. Trying to get a few more, but he'll be in the Cub territory down to the 49-yard line of Humboldt.
Keeping the ball, number 2, Tony Detweiler, on the stop for the Cubs.
So he'll get a couple.
32, Kyle
Cobalt on the stop there for the Cubs. But it'll be a first down and 10 for the Vikings. They have it on the Humboldt Cub 49-yard line. So Detweiler is going to bring him back to the line. No, in the backfield this time is going to be Burson. So in the Wildcat, here's Burson now looking to pass. Going to be pushing it downfield, and he throws it up. It's going to be intercepted by the Cubs. Taking it right back up the field. That looks like Cooper Jarrow on the interception. He's going back to the house. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Cubs on the INT. That is Cooper Jarrow snagging it out of the air and takes it back about 60 yards for the score to the house. And the Cubs jump on them quick after the INT for the TD. And that'll make it a 14-0 ball game here with 8:41 to go. So here come the Cubs, ready to go for a 2-point conversion. Connor Havlin last time right around the right side. See what Coach Wyrick and his coach staff decided to do here onto this one. Havlin calling for the man in motion. And the ball's on the ground, and there's a scrum for it. And looks like we're going to get a no good on the PAT.
2-point conversion was no good.
So the 2-point conversion is no good. So that'll make it a 14-0 ball game here. So we'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back as it is Cup football here on 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
The Monarch Cement Company has been committed to quality and excellence for more than 100 years. The employees of Monarch have worked hard to produce the highest quality cement for its customers. We don't stop at just making the highest quality cement. The Monarch family of companies extends into the realm of ready-mix concrete, concrete products, and sundry building materials. Monarch employees share a commitment to quality essential in meeting the varied applications of their customers. Monarch Cement Company, dedicated to quality and craftsmanship for over a century. Let's get back to the game on your home for the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Alrighty, we're back here as we get ready for the kickoff. Cubs now lead at 14-0 after the INT pick 6 by Cooper Jaro. And there's 8:41 to go here into the first quarter. We're going to have Connor Haviland ready to go here for the kick once again. And it's a kick, and it's going to be to the up man here. And he's going to call for the fair catch. Looks like number 4, Burrows, onto that. Okay, we'll call it on Wood. 4 or 5, they're pretty close out there. Them light blue numbers there on Richmond Central. But thank God for the PA announcer here helping us out. So we were talking about that cold game in Rossville last year, just before this one. And whoa, it's a little chilly up here tonight, but not that bad. All right, so it is at the 28-yard line. Richmond ready to go with 8:39 to play here in this first quarter. And they traded 14-0 as they stay on this side of the page here. Now, trying to run it over to the right side and turn the corner there is Detweiler. He's going to try to come back this way. Did his foot knee touch the ground? I don't think so, but we saw some mustard come flying in there. So it may be a penalty flag onto the field. And like I said, I don't know if his knee touched the ground whenever he tried to change directions. But Detweiler trying to make some room there to that left side. But it looks like we're going to get a holding call against the Vikings. So right there at the 25-yard line, that's where the mustard is laying on the field. They'll wipe it up and give him 10 back. So first penalty of the night against the Vikings. And that'll be a holding call. And from the 25-yard line, backing them up to the 15. I get actually out to the 16-yard line. So it is actually a 12-yard penalty against the Vikings. So backing them up just a little bit there for blocking the back, not a holding call, blocking the back. And the Vikings now from their own 16-yard line have a first down and about 20 yards to go here, maybe 21 for the Vikings. So here comes Burrows. He'll be in the backfield here for the Vikings in the Wildcat formation. Now going to look to pass. Coming here to the near side. Throws it up, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. Trying to get it there to Detweiler, but it's incomplete. So that will bring up a third down, and I'll make that a second down. And about 20, 21 yards here for the Vikings as that stops the clock with 8:08 to go here in this first quarter. It is 14-0 Vikings trailing the Cubs here in this first quarter. And it was a 20-yard, make that a big 30-yard run by Connor Haviland and a pick 6 by Cooper Jaro. That's what it's been here for the scoring so far in the first 5-6 minutes of this ball game. So ready to go here now as Burrow is going to take the low snap, try to bring it right up the gut. And he may have got a couple up to the 20-yard line. They'll give him 4. Detweiler picks up 4. He's got 3 carries for 7 yards on the Knights, and that brings up a third down and about 16, 17 yards here for the Vikings. From the 20-yard line, the ball sitting just on the Richmond side of the 20-yard line down there, as they're on the other end of the field. So Burrows, once again in at quarterback. Empties out the backfield. He's got trip receiver set here to the near side. They go left to right on your radio dial. And we got a penalty flag here. We're going to stop the play. Maybe an offsides. And we'll see what they call. And we got an offsides against the Vikings. That'll take him back to the 15. So that backs him up back to the 15-yard line. Got to get a first down all the way out here to about the 39. So you got a third down and about 24 now for the Vikings. Bros into the backfield. Getting chased down, going to look to launch it up. He's got a man down the middle, but Connor Havlin right there. He's got to pick it off at the 45-yard line. Havlin trying to weave his way back through. He's got all kinds of traffic over to the right far side, take it right down the sideline. Touchdown. Cubs. Did he get it inside? And he might have stepped out of bounds before he got to the end zone. It looks like inside the 5-yard line. We're going to mark him down. So an interception here by Connor Havlin takes it all the way back to the 5-yard line. It looks like that's where we're going to mark him. Going out of bounds with 7:12 to go here in this first quarter. Could see a penalty flag out there. Didn't see one thrown, but got the umps having a chat. So Humboldt gets it back. 7:12 to play in this first quarter. Leading at 14-0. That's the second interception of the night by the Cubs. It looks like we're going to have a penalty out there onto the field, and it is against the Cubs. It's going to back them up. It's after possession, maybe?
There was no penalty on the play.
No penalty on the play. Okay, so we're going to pick up that. So it'll be right at the 5-yard line. Just inside the 5-yard line is what they're looking at.
4-yard line.
Yeah, we're right there onto the 4. So a first down and goal from the 4 for the Cubs. Havlin bringing them to the line. And Coach Wyrick looking for the call here. Clock still stopped, 7:12. I'm going to bunch them up and have a big jumbo formation and a kind of a crazy look. Oh, going to the big man, trying to bring it up to the middle. Number 71 for the Cubs. And that is Joshua Hull trying to push his way in. He's finally going to be taken down. And they'll mark him down there. Maybe they'll give him back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 71, Josh Hull.
So Hull trying to do a little refrigerator power formation here for Coach Wyrick, and he doesn't get it in. Back to the line of scrimmage for no gain onto the play.
No gain on the play. He's got second down and 4.
So second and goal for the Cubs. That does get the clock rolling. Already leading 14-0 here tonight in this first round of this playoffs. Coming to the line are the Cubs now. Once again, Hull going to be in the backfield. Going to bring in the big multi-jumbo formation here. And going to give it to Hull. Trying to take it right back up to gut. Trying to power his way in. Well, they push him in. And finally he does get it. Touchdown, Cubs. 4 yards out for the touchdown for the big man Hull. And he'll get the second rushing touchdown of the night for the Cubs. And a big man Hull here. 4 yards. Takes it in for the score. And 2 rushing touchdowns. Well, 2 touchdowns on the night here. Let's see. We got Cooper Jarrow got one onto the pick 6. So we're going to go for 2. Coming back into the game here is Hull. See if he can power his way right back in. This time we got to look to pass. Now he's going to drop it off here. Havlin coming around from the left to the right side. He'll take it right back up in the middle. 2-point conversion. Good. For the 2-point conversion is good. So that's going to take it up to a 22-0 lead here for the Humboldt Cubs. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back for it on the kickoff here on 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Whether it's a family night out or dining at home, Opie's Family Restaurant has your menu covered. They offer a delicious variety of food on their daily buffet with a fresh salad bar, pizza with roasted chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, and so much more. Don't forget their awesome selection of sandwiches, a favorite of the Cubs team. If you have the tastiest of eaters in your family or want to try something new, come dine with us at Opie's Family Restaurant in Humboldt and Chanute. Let's get back to the game on your own Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Excuse me, we're back here as we get ready to go for the kickoff. Cubs now take a 22-0 lead here tonight in this first round matchup. 6:17 to go. A couple interceptions here by the Cubs and one all the way back to the house, 30 yards. 30-yard run there for Connor Havlin earlier in the ball game. He takes it back. Cooper Jarrow, and then Connor Havlin, he gets the penalty here, so we had to take it in from the 4-yard out from Hull. He takes it in for the touchdown for the rushing score. So that's where we're at. Now, Connor Havlin ready to go with the kick, and it's a low line of kick. And they're going to let it get past the first man, and it goes out of bounds. Here at about the 27-yard line. But it does go out of bounds. I don't know if maybe one of the Vikings kind of pushed it out of the bounds, but it is going to go out of bounds. So it looks like they're going to go back and make the Cubs re-kick that one. I don't think that Coach Risch liked the way that they just kind of watched the ball float around after the 10-yard mark. And once it hits the ground now, if not it in the air, then they can't catch it out of the air. But if it hits the ground after the 10 yards, now then the Cubs can get it, because I learned that in a Blue Comet game a while back that, even if it's past 10 yards and you jump up in the air, catch it out of the air, but if it doesn't hit the ground first, it's not your ball. High school rule. Learned that one a few weeks back. So here we go after the 5-yard penalty. Going to re-kick for the Cubs. 22-0 over the Vikings. Say a big thank you to Dudley Dunright Barbecue for bringing us our live stream here tonight. That's going to go over to the far side, I do believe. And that is Detweiler. He's trying to come up back to the Vikings sideline. He'll be taken down there once he gets across the 30-yard line, down close to the 35 before he is finally taken down. And not a whole lot of an offense is needed so far here for the Cubs. They've been all over the defense. A couple of picks. And then just a few rushing yards here, and that's about it for the Cubs. That's all they've had to have, but they've got a 22-0 lead already here tonight, as the Vikings will have a first down on their own 33-yard line. And we have 6:11 to go here in this first quarter. So coming to the line. Let's see who's going to be bringing them out. Burson, number 23 in the backfield. We'll have a twin receiver set both sides. So Burson looking for the snap. Going to swing it out here in the flat and a little over the head here for his intended receiver to Detweiler. So the pass incomplete. Second and 10 for the Vikings on their own 33-yard line. Still haven't got through this first quarter. Ball clock stops again with 6:07 to go. And it's a 22-0 lead already for the Vikings here tonight, or for the Cubs here over the Vikings tonight in Humboldt. Number 1 seed are your Humboldt Cubs, and finish the season undefeated. It's kind of like the final regular season game, playoff game type of thing. Way Kesha does it, but still a playoff game nonetheless. You lose, you're done. So 2x2x1. Here's number 23. That is Burson. He's going to try to take it right up the middle. Still fighting for yardage up close to that first down marker. He'll get about 9 as he takes it up to about the 43-yard line.
Number 32, Kyle Cobalt, and number 15, Cooper Guerra.
He'll get close. Let's say 9 yards on it up to the 43-yard line. So third down and 1. See if the Vikings can pick up their third first down of the night. They need to try to figure out some way to get into Cub territory. Here's Burson once again right up to gut. He's finding some room. Finally taken down there by the Cub defense at about the 45-yard line. That's a first down for the Vikings.
Carrying the ball for the Vikings, number 2, Tony Detweiler.
So Detweiler on the carry. Takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line. That's a 12-yard carry. Good job and a stop there by the Cub defense, but he does pick up enough for a first down here for the Vikings. Burson going to hold it. Oh, that looks like Detweiler taking it up the middle there. We're going to get a stop here before the play. And we're waiting on the referee here. What's the call?
It was down to the 49-yard line.
So we're going to get a penalty.
Brings up second down and 14 for the Vikings.
Second and 14 as they take it all the way back to the 50-yard line. It's a loss of 7 there on the penalty. Didn't see the call there, folks. I just knew I saw the flag coming out. Gotta keep that clock rolling here. It's now down to 5 minutes or so to go. Burson gonna look to hold it himself, taking it right back up the middle, trying to find some room there in the middle. And the Cub defense still fighting as they got the big scrum going on out there. Looks like a rugby scrum going down. They finally get him down after he gets over the 45-yard line, down to about the 43.
23, Brady Burson.
out of the 43, so Burson will pick up 7 more.
Number 71, Joshua
Hull
Hull.
and multitude of Cubs there on the stop as they kind of had to bring him all down. Now he does get to some of that penalty yardage back and then some. It looks like it'll be a 3rd down and a long 8 for the Vikings, a 4.5 to go in this first quarter, trying to find their way to the end zone as they trade it 22-0. Brand coming in motion. Burson going to hold himself, and he gets stuck as he gets to the middle of the play there. Stood up, down to about maybe the 41.
Number 57, Steve Hepker.
Hepker there on the stop.
Brings up 4th and 6.
So 4th down and long now for the Vikings. See what they'd like to do here. Like into Cub territory, the deepest they've been so far. Sitting out there at about the 41-yard line of Humboldt, trying to find their way for a 1st down. Burson in the backfield, brings Detweiler in motion. Going to hand off to him, and now it's going to reverse. Detweiler kicks it off on the other side on the reverse, trying to turn it over, and he's going to have enough for 1st down. Maybe he's right there at the sticks on the far side. Out of bounds right there at about the 35-yard line. Real close out there. So for needed 6, and it's right there onto the line. And let's see what they're going to do. It's really close. Looks like they may have to do a measurement out there. And where they got the ball spotted, I mean, awful close out there for the referees. Like I said, they needed 6, and he got right at the 35-yard line. So they needed to get to the 35-yard line. If that ball's touching the 35 in any way, my goodness, just short. Good job of the Cub defense as they forced the turnover on downs. But, I mean, that ball had to be very, very close, and it didn't make it across the line. So the Cubs take over. The turnover on downs, they'll get it back, and they'll have it onto their own 35-yard line. And there is 3:36 left to go here into this first quarter. Cubs lead it 22-0. And haven't had to use much offense, but here they are out here. It's kind of having going to look to hold it himself. Taking it over here to the near side, and he's got a big hole, and he's nobody going to catch him at the 40, the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cubs. That's all they needed. Connor Havlin right up the 3-hole and takes it to the house, and he takes it for 65 yards for another big score by Connor Havlin. Nobody touched him. He turned that corner, and he was just gone. Turned on the Jets. Bye-bye. See ya. I'm out. And Connor Havlin puts the Cubs up to a 28-0 score here with 3:28 to go into this first quarter. Here comes the 2-point conversion. And they bring Hull back in. Nope. That looks like they're going to stay with Connor here in the backfield this time. And that's Jaro behind Connor. See what they decide to do here. Here's Havlin waiting on a snap. Going to give it 13, bringing it up the middle there. That is Coronado. Doesn't look like he's going to get there, so the PAT is no good. So no good. So that will make it a 28-0 ball game with 3:26 still to go here in this first quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back for it here on 1460, 99.9 FM.
Finance plans are now available at Eastside Tire in Humboldt. Over 90% of applicants will be approved for financing when you purchase goods or services from your friends at Eastside Tire. The approval process takes less than 30 minutes and you can be approved up to $5,000. At Eastside Tire, we're here when you need a little help with that big purchase. For all your tire, alignment, brake, and front-end repair needs on vehicles large and small, contact Eastside Tire in Humboldt and ask about our new financing options. Your country, 1460 AM Salute, and I'm translator, King 260 VF, Salute, Kansas.
All righty, we're back here as we get ready to go for the kick as the Cubs now have blown it wide open already here in this first quarter. They lead it 28-0 over the Vikings. Connor Havlin, 2 rushes for 94 yards and 2 scores. He's also got a pick 6 on the night. Cooper Jar with a pick 6 on the night. Connor Havlin, he didn't score on his. We got a penalty there, so had to bring that one back. But we ended up scoring afterwards. There we go. Hull with a rushing touchdown there. And Havlin's going to kick it off, and it looks like it will be taken there by number 2, Detweiler, trying to bring it back here to the middle of the field, finding some room, and finally going to be taken down there inside of the 40, across the 35 to about the 36. Richmond will get it back with 3:18 to play. And they moved the ball slightly, but haven't had much success. A couple interceptions here, and the Cubs taking advantage of those. So have made it very difficult for Richmond to do much on offense here tonight. They'll start off on their own 37-yard line with a first down and 10. Coming to the line, Detweiler. Gonna hold himself, try to take it over to the far side, trying to turn the corner. Cub defense right there. And he'll get pushed out of bounds. He'll get a couple, maybe one. He'll take it up to the 38-yard line. He'll get one on the carry. So I bring up a second down and a long 8. They'll call it 9 here with 3:11 to go as he goes out of bounds onto the tackle. So it'll be a second down and long. As coming back to the backfield, Burson. He'll have a trip receiver set here to the near side. Gonna look to pass to this side. They'll put it up, finding the man out there. Got his man here at the 50-yard line. Good catch. And they'll have enough for a first down as he's taken down. Cut to number Humboldt, number 32, onto the stop. First down and 10 for the Vikings. They take it all the way down to the 48-yard line of Humboldt. So that one was a 14-yard pass from a Detweiler. I should say from Burson to Detweiler. So here we go with a first down and 10. As it's Burson. Once again, he's going to look to throw it in the flat. Got his man over there on the far side, number 17. And he'll have it up to about the 45-yard line for a short gain. That's Suarez. Number 11, that is Newell on the catch. My apologies, folks. So Newell comes up with it for a 3-yard pass play. So Newell makes it a second down and about, I want to say second down and 7 here for the Vikings. They're at the Cub 45-yard line. As Burson brings him to the line. Twin receiver set both sides. Gonna look to pass. Now he pulls it down as that Cub defense is right there. They're gonna give him a sack at the midfield stripe. And a good job by the Cub defense for a loss of 5 on Burson. Back to midfield. So that'll bring up a third down and about 11 now after the big sack. As we get down under 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. 28-0 lead for your Cubs here tonight. Done mostly on defense here this evening, but a couple offensive plays have turned into big scores for the Cubs here in this first half, or in this first quarter. So back to the line. Burson brings them right back up. And we're going to get a penalty flag here. We're going to get a delay of game on the Vikings. So that'll back them up 5, back into their own territory. Their 4th penalty on the night. 4 penalties for 29 yards. That brings up about a 3rd and 15 here for the Vikings. And they have it now on their own 45-yard line. Burson, since the trip receiver set here to the near side, they go left to right on your radio dial. Burson looking to pass here. We're going to get a whistle again here before the start of the play. Penalty flag over on that far side. And it looks like they're indicating a penalty here against Richmond once again. Looks like it's going to be offsides on Richmond. So starting to look like they were putting one together. And now they are shooting themselves in the foot here with back-to-back penalties. They're all the way back at their own 40-yard line. And now we'll bring up a third down. And about 22 yards to go. As we get under a minute to play here in this first quarter, the Cubs leading at 22-0 over the Vikings in this first round of playoffs. Last regular season game / playoff game of the season. Here we go as a Burson going to look to pass. Now that's Detweiler. He has his man, and it's a nice tackle. That ball comes out, but it may have been already down. I don't know if it came out after the tackle, but it was a good smack onto the tackle there. They're going to call it incomplete. And they're talking to the Cubs out there, seeing if they can get this cleared up. Incomplete pass. So they're going to call it incomplete. So Bones not able to come up with it. That'll bring up a 4th down and a cab ride for the Cubs. They'll have it for the Vikings, they'll have it at their own 40-yard line. Cooper Jarrell will go back deep to receive the kick here, as he'll be standing about his own 30-yard line. Last punt, not so well here for Alouette. His first one off the side of his foot earlier. See if we can have a better kick here. And that one, a little better, but not much. It does take a Viking roll, and it will go into Cub territory down close to the 40-yard line before they finally let it roll out of bounds there. And it'll be inside the 40. So the punt to the 40 of Humboldt. So a nice little 20-yard punt right there. So Cubs get it right back, leading it 28-0 over the Vikings as we get down to 22 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Now, the last time the Cubs had the ball, Connor Howland took it right around to the 3-hole here to the near side and went to the house for 65 yards. So we'll see. Here we go. First play from scrimmage here, still with 22 seconds to go. And Howland brings him to the line. Sends a man in motion. And Connor's going to hold himself, finding some room over to the far side. Once getting easy to the open. And there he goes. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cubs. Once again, right down the pipe from the 40-yard line. He'll go for 60 on this one. And this time, Connor Howland takes it to the house for 60 yards in the TD. And another one-play, one-score drive for the Cubs to now make it a 34-0 ball game here in the first quarter with only 12 seconds left to go. So here comes the two-point conversion. See what the Cubs decide to do with this here as they're having a little discussion out there. So the Cubs will come to the line. Haviland in the backfield. And he's going to have Coronado back there with him. Haviland going to look to hand it off. And the man coming around. Going to take it back up in the inside. And that's Cobalt. He'll take it in there for the two-point conversion. And it is good. So that'll make it a 36-0 ball game here. Still got a little bit of time left in this first quarter. We'll take a 30-second back and be right back. It is now 36-0 Cubs here on 1460 AM, 99.9 FM.
Hey, you guys, we're going to lunch. You coming? Yes, sir. Where you guys going? Hey, we're going to Dudley Sunrise Barbecue. Oh, yeah? Never been there. Really? How long have you been here? About 4 months. And you've never been to Dudley Sunrise Barbecue? No. Get out. Really? Yeah, get out. Know what just happened to you? Have you tried Dudley Sunrise Barbecue yet? 24 Street in Iowa.
And we're back here. About 12 seconds left to go. Excuse me, before the end of this first quarter, as the Cubs now take a commanding lead, 36-0 here into this first quarter. It's 12 seconds still left to go, as they'll try to kick it off once again. And the third touchdown here by Connor Hamlin. Sorry, I missed the kick there, folks. I was working with my stat sheet. But he's got 3 carries, 155 yards. That's it. All you got to do. Detweiler gets the Vikings ready to go as Hepter right there onto the stop, and they'll mark him down at the 30, well, let's say the 28-yard line is where Richmond will start out on the 28-yard line. 4.3 to go here in this first quarter, and a 36-0 lead by the Cubs. So bringing him to the line will be Detweiler this time. And I have a twin receiver set over to the far side and bringing the man in motion. And we're going to get a penalty flag here. And it looks like it could be against the Vikings, and it is back to the 23-yard line. Not helping themselves at all as they pick up another penalty here. 6 penalties, 39 yards. Makes it a first down and 15 for the Vikings now. They move it all the way back to the 23-yard line. And 4.3 still left to go. So we're going to try to run this one play here, as it was Detweiler into the backfield now, ready to go. Bringing a man in motion, going to hand it off to the man coming through. That is Burson. He'll turn the corner, get across to the 30-yard line, up to the 31. So that's up to the 31-yard line, so that will be an 8-yard run by number 15. 8-yard run. So that's the end of the first quarter, and we will take a 1-minute break and bring you the second quarter. It's a 36-0 lead Cubs here on your home for the Cubs, 1460, 99.9 FM. Alrighty, Cubs fans, apologize there, but we have some issues back in the studio, but I think we're good here. And we're back here ready to go for the second quarter. Cubs just all over the Vikings here in quarter number one, making a 36-0 ball game here. And it will be a second down and long for the Vikings as we'll switch ends. They go from right to left on your radio dial now. As we get back to it here, and a big thank you to Dilly Dunright Barbecue with Buddy Marshall bringing us the bowl game here tonight onto the live stream. 31-yard line is where they are. And as we start the second quarter, here come the Vikings to the line. As I said, right to left on your radio dial now. That's Detweiler in the backfield. And he'll have a 2x2. And he's going to bring the man in motion. That's number 15. Now here's Detweiler. He's trying to run around. He's not going to get away from Hall. He's going to hold him up until the rest of the Cub defense can get there for the sack. And going in motion, there's Kirkland. Now maybe they might have tried the jet sweep, but he didn't hand it off to him. And it is Hull getting in the backfield, getting a hold of Detweiler and just bringing him down. So that's a loss back to the 28-yard line. So it's a loss of 3. Seven carries, 21 yards for Detweiler on the night. He got 5 carries, 21 yards for Burson on the evening. A couple of carries by a couple other of the Vikings out here tonight. So you're going to have Burson. That's Detweiler back there. Going to look to pass now. Roll over to his right side. Puts it up. Got a man in the middle and a little too high. What a catch on the interception by the Cubs. Coming back the other way. Looking for blockers. And he's going to bring it right back up the field. And taking it in for the score. That is Gunnar Elder. Goes up there and he makes a beautiful snag out of the air. Did they get him before he got to the goal line there? Maybe they did, down to about the 1. Nice job there by Gunnar Elders. He snags it with a one-hand grab. You got mossed right there. As he makes the snag on the defensive side. We do have some penalty flag out there all the way back out about to the line of scrimmage. And that looks like that's going to go against the Cubs, but I don't know if that's after. So it was a flag on the play, but I don't know if it was after possession or before possession, but still, what a great catch by Elder. And then ringing it all the way back, he gets tackled just outside the goal line. But as I said, you see the mustard on the field there at about the line of scrimmage, about the 38. It's going to go against the Cubs, so we're going to negate that. And the Cubs are going to get their penalty, and they'll take it into, that takes it up to about the 48-yard line. So block on the back, and it will be up to the 48, 49-yard line now for Richmond, as they'll have a will be the Cubs ball. Okay, so it'll be after possession. So it's Cubs football. They'll take over onto the 49-yard line. And here goes a run right up the guts for the Cubs. Going to see a lot of running, I do believe, for the Cubs rest of the way here. At least in this first half, trying to keep that clock a-running. So Coronado onto the run right there. He'll take it all the way up to the 46-yard line for a 3-yard run for Coronado.
4-yard gain on the play brings up second down.
Second and about 7 here for the Cubs up to the 46-yard line. So Connor Hamlin once again in the backfield, going to look to hand off this time. Ooh, he gets met in the backfield. A big hit there by the Vikings, and that's a big stop. That was the best defensive play of the night. Big man got into the backfield, and what a stick on that one. I don't know, boy, I tell you. That was a heck. Cobalt on the stop right there. So Thompson, that was who it was. Boy, what a hit in the backfield, man. Wow. He met Cobalt right there at the point of attack, and he laid it on him. And it's back to the 48-yard line for a loss of 2. So that brings up a third down and 10. 9:50 to go. Here's Havlin. Going to look to break some tackles and does as he goes to the far side. Still on his feet. Turning the corner, have enough for a first down. And we take it down there close to the 35-yard line, down to about the 36 for a gain of 12.
Carrying the ball on the outside, number 20, Connor Havlin. On the stop for the Vikings, number 10, Hunter Bones.
So that's enough for a cup first down. That's their third of the night. As they take it all the way down to the 36. We'll mark him at the 35-yard line. First down and 10 for the Cubs. 9:40 to go. As the Cubs are coming back out, Havlin brings her to the line. Twin receiver set, both sides. Havlin going to hand off. Havlin holds it himself to the right side. He's got room, and Bass still on his feet at the 20. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Connor Havlin takes it to the house once again, this time for 35 yards out. Connor Havlin with another big score here. Looks like he handed it off and then takes it to the house himself for 35 yards. And that is a 42-0 ball game. Here comes a 2-point conversion here for the Cubs. So Connor Havlin with his 4th touchdown run tonight. 9:19 to go, makes a 42-0. Here comes the 2-point conversion attempt here by the Cubs. Ball gets away. Now going to pick it up, try to get the fire play drill going. Still completes the pass, may turn the corner, and taking it in for the score. Does he make it in, or did he touch? Oh, we got a flag on the play. Way back here at about the 20-yard line. So we'll see what that call is. It's a nice job there by the Cubs trying to get it in the end zone. On the 2-point conversion. I said 42-0 now. See what the call is here for the Cubs. It's in the backfield, so I got to kind of think it might be against the Cubs. We'll see. So we got a personal foul. Incomplete. All right. So we had a personal foul. Roughing was called, but the 2-point conversion, no good. All right, so that's the way it's going to be. It will be a 42-0 ball game with 9:19 to go after the conversion, no good, and the penalty. So 30-second break. We'll be right back for the kickoff here on 1460 99.9.
Let's get back to the game on your home for the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Alrighty, we're back here as we get ready to go, and I did find out that on the penalty, it was against the Vikings, so the 2-point conversion is good to Cooper Jarrow. So we had some personal foul penalties here on a couple of the players, one from both sides, their first. So keep an eye on that. So now marking off the penalties here and get ready for the kick for the Cubs. So that's why it will be 44-0, 9:19 to go here into this first half. As the Cubs, man, tell you what, they have just been dominating. I've been kind of keeping up with it, watching us call the game here all year on 1460 99.9, and they've done a great job. I've been, Cub fan for a long time. When I first got to Northeast or Southeast Kansas, this is what I started doing, was Cub football, and I love what Coach Wyrick and his program. They got some great kids, and I tell you what, they're doing a great job here tonight as they're just rocking and rolling into this first big game here of the playoff season. And we're going to get another kick here, and this one will be from the 45-yard line of Richmond. So they're going to try a little squib kick here, and a nice job there by Richmond to jump on it and lay down quickly as big man number 76, Ryan Hale, jumps on it. So a 9:19 to go. It will be Richmond. 33-yard line, on their own 33-yard line with 9:19 to go here in this first half. I can almost pretty much guarantee that it'll be a running clock once we get to the second half of this one. But still, the Cubs just took all that time there in that first quarter and have just made a run of it. And they've just blown the Vikings away here so far with still 9 minutes to go into this first half. So the Vikings get it back. They go right to left on your radio dial. They have it on a first down and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Coming out as quarterback this time. Going to hand off, and it's going to be number 15 on the end around there. It's going to be Kirkland. Going to back up into the middle.
Carrying the ball, number 15, Tony Kirkland.
So Kirkland will take it all the way up to about to the nice play there. He takes it up to the 46 with a good run. As number 15, Kirkland. Gets him a first down. That's number 5 on the 9. That's 13 onto that one. So first down and 10 now for the Vikings. And they're going to hand off on the end around as Detweiler coming around here to this near side. He breaks a couple tackles himself, and he's finally going to be met there about the 40-yard line. He gets pretty hard by the Cubs, but picks up another big gain there all the way down to the 40-yard line of the Cubs. So 14 yards onto that carry by Detweiler. So it's another first down here. That's number 6 onto the evening here for the Vikings. So a big play. 2 big plays in a row here for the Vikings. It's something they need. See if they can put the ball in the end zone here. Get some points on the board here in this second quarter. They come back out. Looks like number 4 there. That is Carburrows. No, that's Detweiler there in at quarterback. Bunches him up here. Detweiler going to hold it himself. Try to bring it to the left side. Right up that 3 hole. Not much there. He takes it up for a couple. He'll get up to about the 37-yard line for a gain of 3. Hold on the stop there for the Cubs. Good job by the Cub defense. They've been plugging holes. They've been in the backfield. They've been disrupting plays. And not saying that the Vikings haven't had their opportunities. They have had a couple opportunities. They've been running the ball very well. And they've made a couple good passes here tonight, too. Just trying to put it all together here on this chilly evening in Humboldt. And I think Humboldt's kind of surprised them a little bit out here with their fast start. Here's Detweiler holding himself, trying to go to the far side, turning the corner. Cub defense right on him, but does turn the corner there. And they'll take it up close to the 35-yard line for a gain of 2.
Carrying the ball, number 2, Tony Detweiler. On the stop for the Cubs. Number 22, Drake Harrington.
So that's going to bring up third down and 5. Mark, I don't know if Caleb showed up there or not, but I just heard back from Cody. He was just getting back. He just now got his message. So I don't know where we are, but I appreciate the hard work you're doing back in the studio, man. Here we go. Third down and about 5 from 35-yard line here for Detweiler. He's going to hold on himself, trying to pull it up right up to get, trying to pick up that first down. He's going to get inside of the 30, or inside the 35 down to the 33. He'll pick up a couple. 11 carries for 46 yards onto the night. That brings up a 4th down and about, so we're going to call it a long 3 here for the Vikings as the ball sitting there at about the 33-yard line. As the clock now rolling down to 6:40 to go here in this first half. And the Cubs up 44-0 over the Vikings, up big here this evening. So the Vikings come back to the line with a 4th down. Detweiler in the backfield. Brings the bunch set up here to the left side. And now we're going to get looks like a timeout by the Cubs. 6:23 to go. We're going to get a 30-second timeout, so we'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Back in the studio, we'll be right back for it. 44-0. Cubs with the lead here in the second half, or in the second quarter here on 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
My grandpa started small, real small. Back when he didn't have much to start with. It was a land of new, a sand and sea, but he made it work. My family has been making it work for 2 generations since. It all started from the seed. In farming, everything starts with a seed. At Community National Bank and Trust, we've got the seed money you need to get started. Take pride in your work, and we take pride in helping you do it. On the Community National Bank and Trust near you at mybankcmb.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Let's get back to the game on your home for the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
And we are back here as we get ready to go after this timeout. The Cubs looking to make a stop here on a 4th down. And we're going to call it a long 3 with 6:23 to go here for the Vikings. And they have the ball in club territory down to about the 33-yard line. And it's going to be Detweiler in the backfield. They'll have them bunching them up here to the near side. Once again, Detweiler waiting for the snap. Now ready to go. Bring it over here. Going to maybe look to pass. Now brings it up and overshoots his man and had him there wide open there, it looked like. So they were looking to get it maybe to Burrows there, but it's an incomplete pass. So that'd be a 1st down and 10 on the turnover on downs. The Cubs will take back over with 6:19 to go here into this first half. They'll have a 1st down and 10. The Cubs will have it on their own 33-yard line. So I said not a whole lot of offense has been needed here by the Cubs. They've had a couple great defensive plays and a couple offensive plays that just went one into the house. So we'll see what Coach Weiler goes with it here as we start with 6:19 to go till halftime with a big lead. Connor Havlin going to have Coronado in the backfield here. And now we're going to get another timeout by the Cubs. A little confusion out there. So another quick 30-second timeout. Shall we do that? Let's do it here. 44-0. Cubs with the lead. We'll be back right here in 30 seconds of 1460, 99.9 FM. Alrighty, folks. But we're staying right here as we get Mark doing double duty back at the studio, having to work up both football games over there, and I greatly appreciate it for that. Yeah, a big thank you to all the wonderful sponsors we've had throughout the year here for Humboldt Cubs Sports. B&W Trailer Hitches, I know Monarch Cement Company, definitely the USD 258, Dudley's Downright Barbecue here tonight. I know I'm leaving out a couple of them out there, Community National Bank, and a few others as well. We really do appreciate you being at Eastside Tire, Opie's, also bringing us to the ball game here tonight too. We really do appreciate y'all being here for us. Pull it real hard. Oh, there you go. All right, so we're getting here after the timeout as we're rocking and rolling. And the Cubs had to talk it over. 6:19 left to go into the half. And now Havlin waiting for it. He's going to hand off to Coronado. Coronado breaking through up the middle. He'll take it up across the 40-yard line. He'll be up to about the 41 for a gain of about 8.
Ball handed off to number 13, Isaiah Coronado, on the stop for the Vikings. Number 11, Boyd Newell.
So Newell on the stop there for the Vikings after a gain of 8. Takes it up to the 41-yard line of the Cubs. And it'll be a 2nd down and 2. That clock now down to 6 minutes to go. I'm sure Coach Wyrick is just fine with lots of runs here. I'm sure he probably wouldn't mind putting up another score. Here we go. We're going to get Jarro in motion on this jet sweep. He's still on his feet. He's at 50, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Down the sideline. Jarro's going to break a tackle. He'll go down to the house for the touchdown, Cubs. 59-yard touchdown run on the jet sweep for Cooper Jarro. And the Cubs take it a 50-0 ball game on the 59-yard touchdown in-around jet sweep run here for Cooper Jarro. So the 2-point conversion now forthcoming here for the Cubs. And it is a 50-0 ball game right now. Chance to add on a couple more here. The 2-point conversion on the way. Here's the snap. And Hannah taking up the middle there, trying to push their way in. It looks like
Keeping the ball, number 23.
Hull, number 23, trying to take it down in there. But it's not going to be any good. PAT, no good. So that will be a 50-0 ball game. Still got 5.5 to go here in this first half. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back for the kickoff. 1460, 99.9 FM.
Hello?
We're good, Mark. I was just yeah, we're good, man. I was just taking a little bit of a break. We're good. So we're right back here after the touchdown, and 5:32 left to go here in this first half. The Cubs now take it to a 50-0 score after the 59-yard jet sweep run by Cooper Jarrow. So Cubs will have Connor Havlin ready to kick off, and the Vikings looking for some kind of way to break through against this Cubs defense and stop this offense. They just haven't been able to do it here tonight at all. The Cubs have pretty much had their way this evening as Havlin ready to go for another kick. It'll be a little squib kick there off the up man. Still bouncing around, finally be taken. And that looks like it was number 4, Burrows. And it will be a first down and 10 now for Richmond. 5:27 to go here in this first half. They'll have it a first down and 10 on their own 32-yard line.
Number 2, Jackson Aiken, along with number 57, Steve Hefner.
So it's a first down and 10 now for Richmond. They'll have it on their own 32-yard line. So the Vikings come to the line here. In I formation. Detweiler going to hand out to the big man running through, trying to find some room. Going to give it to number 77, Jonathan Fox. And he'll take it up. Power football up to about to the 37-yard line for a gain of 5.
Number 77, Jonathan Fox.
St. Paul's up 58-0.
St. Paul's up 58-0. Wow. So a good job there for St. Paul on their first ball game of the night. They still got a ways to go there, but a second down and 5. It's a big man. Love to see the big man running right through. Burson will get the snap. He drops it. It's still on the ground. Tries to jump back on top of it. I don't know if he got back on it, but he may have before the Cub defense got back there. But Burson kind of jumbled it up a little bit. He was falling backwards, and he fell forward, and looks like he jumped right back on it, but it's going to be a loss back to the 28-yard line for a loss of 9.
Recovered by the Vikings. Recovered by number 23, Brady Burson.
So Burson picks it back up here. And that brings up a third down and 9 now. And the clock at 4:44. As Burson and the Vikings come back to the line here. This time will be Detweiler. They bring the big man Fox back in that I formation. This time they're going to pitch it out over to the far side. He's got some room over there trying to get to the first down. He gets to the 40-yard line. Nice run there onto the pitch.
Ball pitched out to number 15, Tony Kirkland.
So Kirkland gets the pitch, and he'll take it up to the 36-yard line for a gain of 8. So we'd have an injury timeout here for the Vikings. As we got a player down here on the field looking to get up here. Going to take his helmet off. Maybe just got a wind knocked out of him. Hope that's all it's going to be. As it looks like he's moving around pretty good down there. I can't tell which one of the Vikings that it is. But he's looking to get up here, as I said. And number 26. That 23, Brady Burson. Burson's going to go off on his own power. Good to see. And so we get the injury off, and this is good. So the Cubs now ready to come back to the Vikings ready to come back to the line here. 4:27 to go into this first half. Good to see him walking off under his own power. So it is a 4th down and about 4 here for the Vikings. They're going to bunch them up, and now they'll look to pass, trying to bring it over here to the right side or the left side, can't get anywhere. Detwiler trying to go back the other way now, trying to cut it back into the middle, avoiding tackles, and he'll get back to about the 35-yard line for a loss of a few. So a nice try there, but the Cubs not fooled, and it's a turnover on downs, and the Cubs will take over. Speed Hepker right there onto the stop, and 4 minutes left to go. The Cubs will take over on the 35-yard line of Richmond. 1st down and 10. 50-0 is the score. The ball sitting right on the 35-yard line of Richmond. 4 minutes left to go here into this half. Cubs no doubt going to move into another home game next week here at home. Haviland handing it off. Haviland in the backfield now, flushed out, coming back around here to the near side, drops it off. He's got his man down the sideline. Touchdown Cubs. Humboldt takes it right down the line after breaking through, and in the backfield, getting chased around back there. Connor Haviland finds Humboldt down here to the near side, and he takes it to the house for 35 yards onto the pass play. Another one-play touchdown drive here for the Cubs. That'll make it 56-0 with 3:50 to go here in the first half. So a touchdown throw at 35 yards. And here comes a 2-point conversion here for the Cubs. Bring the man in motion. That's Humboldt. It's going to be a pitch out here to Coronado. Coronado trying to turn the corner, trying to take it in. He'll take it in for the 2-point conversion. It's good. That will be a 58-0 lead on the 2-point score. So Coronado makes it a 58-0 lead. So we're going to have a holding call out here on the play. So we may have to redo this one here. We'll see. So it will be a holding call on the Cubs. It'll back them up. And it'll be all the way out there at about to the 15-yard line. So I have to retry the 2-point conversion here, will the Cubs. So the 2-point try once again. This time it'll come from the 15-yard line with 3:50 to go. And right now 56. Nothing is the score, so we'll see if they can complete that 2-point conversion and make it back to a 58 time. Nothing score. Haviland ready on the snap. Bringing it here to the near side. Gonna look to put it up once again, and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Coronado. Gajero there on the incomplete pass for the 2-point conversion. So it'll stay at a 56-0 ball game here for the Cubs, and still only 3:50 left to go in this first half. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back for the kick here on 1460 99.9 FM.
BMW Trailer Business, we stand for the future of American manufacturing. Right now, it came to the future. One of the things allowing the principles they're working on to make the rules. That's not BMW Trailer Business. I see them.
St. Paul's up like 64-0.
The products are manufactured in the same large facility that offers skilled workforce across the That's the new trailer business. We need addition to rely on food uncompromised and leadership. That's why we purchase on the U.S.-made steel that's shaped in a safe and durable American product. BMW Trailer Business, proudly made in Humboldt, Kansas. Go, Cubs.
Let's get back to the game on your home for the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Alrighty, we're back here ready to go for the kickoff as the Cubs dominating here tonight. Now up 56-0. 3 or 4 of those one-play touchdown drives here for the Cubs. And all over the Vikings here tonight to make it a 56-0 ball game here before halftime. Connor Haviland will be ready to kick. Here's the kick, and it's a good kick this time. Going to kick it back. It looks like Detwiler's going to pull it off, and he's going to try to bring it right back up the middle here. And he is stuck, and the ball is loose, and it's picked up by the Cubs. Going back the other way, and the Cubs Woo! Going to take it back after a stick right there at the 35-yard line. And taking it back to is Harrington. He'll take it back to the house for the score after the fumble. Ooh, what a hit. He got some wood laid on him, and he coughed up the ball. And Harrington picks it up and takes it to the house, making it 62-0. Woo, what a hit. Wow. 2-point conversion coming up on the fumble for the touchdown. Running out of room on my paper. All right, so it's now a 62-0 ball game. 3:38 left to go here into this first half. Cubs going in for the 2-point conversion. Hamlin going to hand it off, bring it here to the near side, trying to get it back up into the middle, trying to fight his way in. It looks like he's going to get in there. And he does. Isaiah Coronado takes it in for the 2-point conversion. So after the kickoff into the fumble, after the big stick, the Cubs get a fumble recovery, take it back to the house. Makes it 64-0. 30-second break. We'll be right back here on 1460 99.9. Alrighty, back here as we get ready to go for the kick. We're going to get it back to Richmond as they haven't been able to do much with it here tonight. A big thank you to Dudley's Downright Barbecue, my good buddy Marshall, bringing us the ball game here this evening for our live stream. Really do appreciate it. All of our wonderful sponsors throughout the year. Here for the Humboldt Cubs here at 1460 and 99.9 FM. We really do appreciate you all year long. Ready to go, Connor Haviland. Ready for the kick. Back deep. Or Richmond. Send it back over here. Detweiler trying to find some room. Finally going to be taken down. Sorry there, folks, with the camera.
Ball caught by number 10, Hunter Bones.
So, Bones onto the carry. And Akins there onto the stop for the Cubs.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 on the 24-yard line.
So Richmond has it on their own 23-yard line. 1st down and 10. 3.5 to go here in this first half. And they traded big to the Cubs 64-0. And like I said, there'll be a running clock here in that second half, folks. So to the line coming the Vikings. And Burson going to be in the backfield. He's going to hold it himself, trying to find some room into the middle of the field. And taking over to the right side there. Maybe up to the 25-yard line for a gain of 2.
Keeping the ball, number 23.
So that brings up a 2nd down, and I'm going to say 1 on that one. So 2nd down and 9. So Elder there on the stop for the Cubs, making a nice stop there, filling the hole.
Looks like about a 2-yard gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 8.
So we're going to call it 2 yards there. 2nd down and 8, so they will give them up to the 26-yard line. So now under 3 minutes to go here into this first half. 64-0 Cubs. All over the Vikings here this evening. And Detweiler in the backfield. Bunching them up over here to the near side as they go right to left. And we're going to get a penalty flag coming in from the backside there. And that may be a delay of game once again. That's our second one of the night here. The penalty against Richmond. Legal procedure. I thought he said a delay of game there. Wade crossed his arms. 7 penalties, 44 yards onto the night for the Vikings. 2:41 to go. Second down and 13 now for the Vikings as they have it back at the 21-yard line here. Just over the 21, oh, just over the 20-yard line. Detweiler in motion. Brings a couple from the right to the left side. They're trying to follow his blockers here to this side. Turn it up there under the 5-hole. Don't get much. And he'll be up to about the 22-yard line for a gain of 2. He does have 12 carries for 48 yards, so he's averaging 4 yards a carry. Is Detweiler onto the evening for their quarterback. Hole on the stop there. And Froggatt there onto the stop as well as we get down to 2 minutes to go here into this first half. And the Vikings have it with a 3rd down, and we're going to call it about 11 here as they come to the line. Trying to hurry up and get to the line. Detweiler limping a little bit there on that right leg, trying to get the play off. Bringing a man in motion now. Now they're going to have enough time as they're going to have to call a timeout. Is that what we did? And it looks like coach was trying to get a timeout. They were trying to get him to hurry up over there to get the play off. So it will be 1:39 to go. We got a timeout on the field for the Rams. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back. It's Cub Football, 1460, 99.9 FM.
The Monarch Steveling Company has been committed to quality and excellence. St. Paul won 64-0, and I'm getting ready to, they're doing their post-game show now. We don't, so as soon as they're done with that, you'll probably be just around halftime, I'm thinking. Ready-mix concrete, concrete products, and sundry building materials. Monarch employees share a commitment to quality essential in meeting the varied applications of their customers. Monarch Steveling Company, dedicated to quality and craftsmanship for over a century.
Let's get back in the game on your home for the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
And we're back here. So we got the timeout over. Cubs all over the Vikings here onto this 3rd down and long now for the Vikings as Burson. As Detweiler going to throw it across, and on a nice play there. And it looks like it came out after the tackle, so they're going to call it incomplete. And a nice try there by the Vikings as they try to get it out to Burson out there. And it's an incomplete pass. Brings up a 4th down and long.
Broken up on the play by number 22, Drake Harrington and the Cubs.
So Harrington breaks up this play there as it's another incomplete pass.
The Cubs, number 3, Gunnar Elder.
Here comes the punt now. Not very good with the punting so far. The couple times that the Vikings have punted here this evening. Kind of went off the side of the foot now. Gets a good punt here this time as Elder will be back for it, and it'll bounce, and he'll let it bounce at the 50-yard line and then move out of the way, and then it'll go back. Take a Cub bounce, and it'll bounce back into Viking territory. Looks like they'll down it there at about the 49-yard line
On the 49-yard line. Cubs
of the Cubs. So the Cubs will take over. And then they'll have it with 1:24 to go. And they'll have it on their own on the 49-yard line of Richmond. So 1st down and 10 for the Cubs. Leading it big here, 64-0 over the Vikings. Come back out. And with a 1st down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Come to the line, look to clear this clock off. Get into halftime. Come on back out here, get a running clock, and wind this thing up on this chilly, chilly night here on Halloween night. Here's a direct snap up the gut. Still fighting for yardage there. Can tell who they get.
The ball, number 32, Kyle
Cobalt. Okay, it is number 32, Cobalt.
Vikings, number 54, Leo.
So he'll take it up to the 45-yard line. He'll pick up a few. About 4 onto the play for Cobalt. Now to get the clock under a minute to go. 2nd down, and we'll call it a long 5 here, almost 6 yards. Connor Haviland brings them right back out to the line. Trying to hurry up here. They don't want to get a penalty of their own. Coronado in the backfield. Here's the handoff. Going to give it to Coronado. He'll take it right up the gut. Still bringing it here to the Cubs side. Still on his feet. Finds some blockers and a nice stiff arm. And comes back here to the sideline before he's finally taken down there at about the 25-yard line.
On the stop for the Vikings, number
That's a gain of 20 by Coronado.
That's enough for a Humboldt Cubs.
Another 1st down here for the Cubs. That's number 6 on of the night. They got 29 seconds left to go, leading at 64-0 here. And they're going to roll that clock. And the Cubs are going to look to, again, I don't know if they're going to have to snap it one more time or they're going to get out of here for the end of the half at a 64-0 clip. They may, Coach Wyrick's just good enough to say, hey, let's go to halftime here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to halftime, and the Cubs are going to lead it by a score of 64-0 here tonight in the first half. And a nice job by the Cubs. They scored on every single facet of the ball game here tonight against the Vikings here, and we still got another half to go. But right now, it is a 64-0 Humboldt lead over Richmond Central here tonight. So, all right, I think that we got some people back there in the studio, so we're ready to go. So, not having a whole lot for halftime here, folks. So I'll tell you what, we're just going to take a break. I'm sure you're tired of listening to me. We're going to take a little bit of a 15-minute break here or so, and we'll come back and we'll get you ready for the second half. We're going to kick it back to the music here, so enjoy the great classic country here on 99.9 and 1460. I'll be back with you here in about 15 minutes. Get you ready for the second half as the Cubs lead it big, 64-0 on your home for the Cubs, 1460, 99.9 FM.
Whether it's a family night out or dining at home, Opie's Family Restaurant has your menu covered. They offer a delicious variety of food on their daily buffet.
We'll play a couple minutes and then go back to music. That'd be great.
Chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, and so much more. And don't forget their awesome selection of sandwiches, a favorite of the Cubs team. If you have the pickiest of eaters in your family or want to try something new, come dine with us at Opie's Family Restaurant in Humboldt and Chanute.
Yeah, man, if you want to I'll text you here in about 10 or 12 minutes, and we'll be ready to go for the second half. Mark, you there? You.
Let's get back to the game on your home for the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you hanging out with us here for halftime and enjoying the great music. And congratulations, St. Paul Indians over on Hot 105. They took care of business and get themselves the win in the first round. I think they were 64-0, something like that there for the Indians. So that's kind of where we are here this evening. The Cubs over the Richmond Central Vikings, 64-0. The Cubs will get the ball here to start the second half, and they've just dominated. And, I mean, haven't had very many offensive plays because they've had at least 4 one-play touchdown drives here tonight, and just a little over 200 yards on 5 carries and 4 touchdowns for Connor Havlin here in this first half. They just dominated all over the Vikings of Richmond Central here this evening. So pretty sure there's going to be a running clock as we get ready to go here for the second half, and it will be back deep for the Cubs. Looks like that is Cooper Jarrow back deep as Olette kicks off, and it'll be an up man that takes it up. And it's going to be taken down there at about the 40-yard line.
Number 57,
Speed Hepker is going to grab it off of the kick. And Hepker is going to be taken down. It'll be a first down now for the Cubs.
Down by number 68, Josh Thompson on the play.
So Thompson onto the stop there as the Cubs will have it first down and 10 from their own 40-yard line. I guess we don't get the running clock until the end of the third quarter here, so we're underway for the second half. Snap is bobbled but picked up on the carom, and I'm trying to get up the middle here for the Cubs. Picking up, I didn't see who picked it up. Onto the bounce for the Cubs, but a nice job as number 23, that is Gavin Page in as the quarterback.
Carrying the ball for the Cubs, number 81, Jed Nash.
Number 81, Nash, takes it up to the 43-yard line. So a gain of 3. So second down and 7 for the Cubs. Going to see a lot of running here, and looks like they're going to leave number 23, Page. He will stay in as quarterback here for the Cubs. Page going to hand off. And then once again, number 81, that is Nash. He'll take it right up the gut, and he'll take it across the 45-yard line up to about the 47. He'll pick up 4. Bones on the stop there for the Vikings. That'll bring up a third down and about 4. Ball on the 43-yard line. 64-0 lead here for the Cubs, or the Vikings in this playoff last game of the season. Ready for the snap once again is Page. He's going to take it himself. Now take it over to the far side. Cuts it back up into the middle of the field. Still on his feet across the 45-yard line down to about the 43 before he's finally taken down into Viking territory.
Number 23, Gavin Page.
That's a 10-yard carry for Page.
Number 11, Paulie
Newell on the stop there for the Vikings, and a first down, number 7 on the night for the Cubs. Down at the 43-yard line now for the Cubs there of Richmond. And another first down and 10. As Page brings them back to the line. Jumbo set in the backfield here. The back set. And going to hand off number 10, trying to take it up the gut here for the Cubs. That is Gene. And he'll get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. He might have lost one there. And they'll say he'll lose one back to the 45-yard line. 44. So -1. Kaufman on the stop there for the Vikings. Makes it a second down and a little over 10. We'll call it second down and 11. 9 minutes to go here into this third quarter in this 64-0 ball game. And the Cubs are going to take this opening drive and a lot of runs right up the gut here with Page now in at quarterback as Connor Havlin has completed his night and done everything he could possibly do here on the field for the Cubs. And his teammates helping him out and have a big night. And we're going to get a whistle to stop the play here as it gets underway.
Flag on the play.
Delay a game against the Cubs. So the penalty, only the second of the night against the Cubs. 2 penalties, 15 yards. 8:43 left to go here. And that'll take it back to the midfield stripe on the Richmond side of that midfield stripe. So it's a second down and about 16 now for the Cubs. 8.5 to go, third quarter. Page brings him to the line. He'll have Gene in the backfield with him. Twin receiver set both sides, 2 by 1. And here comes Page holding on to himself. He'll take it back and get some of that penalty yardage back and a couple up to about the 41-yard line. Going to be a gain of 9 for Page. Brings up a third down and about, we'll call it 7. As we get under 8 minutes to play here in the third. I see Coach Wyrick take this all the way down and run all kinds of time off the clock here for the Cubs as Page comes back to the line. And going to look to pass this time. Now going to drop it off out here as it's tipped and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver.
Pass intended for number 81, Jed Nash.
So Nash had it and dropped it there, so the pass incomplete.
Flag on the play.
Ooh, flag down. Didn't see that one. A little mustard on the field. Personal foul against the Vikings. And we have an ejection on that play after maybe that was their second personal foul there. But someone has been ejected over to the far side, trying to see who that number was there as they're trying to inform the coaches. So Richmond is going to have one of their players ejected out there. Couldn't see the number that they decided to eject. I didn't hear it on the big screen. But the penalty takes it down for a first down for the Cubs all the way down to the 26-yard line. So another first down here for the Cubs by way of penalty. That's number 9. Actually, it's even farther than that. They're marking it off from the 26-yard line, and it's going all the way down inside the 15. Down to about the 12 onto the penalty. Okay, so here we go. As now we're ready to go back to it as a first down for the Cubs at about the 13-yard line. Got 6 minutes left to go. Here's Page bringing him to the line. Page. Gonna look to roll over here, drop it off here to Nash, and Nash is gonna be hit as he makes the catch and knocked out of bounds. It will be complete at about the 16-yard line. So it'd be a loss of a couple. Ray there on the stop.
3-yard loss on the play.
Ray on the catch. So back to the 20. So back to the 16-yard line. So it's a loss. A 3 onto the play there for Ray. And brings up a second down, 13. Here's Page. And he'll have Nash to his left side. Going to roll out there to the left, trying to turn the corner. And he'll be tackled up as he gets close to the 15-yard line for a gain of 1. So the Cubs trying to work this clock down. Now down to 5 minutes to go here in the third. 64-0 in this opening drive.
Number 23, Gavin Page, on the stop for the Vikings. Number 64, Isaac Roulette.
So now under 4 minutes to go, under 5 minutes to go, I should say, 64-0. And third down and 12 there at about the 15-yard line for the Cubs. Page brings them back out. We'll have Nash in the backfield with him, as well as Michael and Summer. So this time Page is going to look to pass. He gets tipped in the air and almost intercepted there by the Vikings. Nice try by the Viking defense. Got their hands on it, just in and out of the hands. Like number 61, and that was Kaufman. So now I'm bringing up a 4th down and 12. So we get down to 4 minutes to go for the Cubs. That ball will be down at about the 15-yard line into the incomplete pass. That continual clock, it is running now. Down under 4 minutes to go. It's a 4th down and long for the Cubs. Page brings them back out. Nash to his right side as the Cubs go left to right on your radio dial. Twin receiver set over to the far side. Single receiver here to the near side. Going to look to pass right up the gut. Got his man right there. Touchdown, Cubs! So Summer gets the 15-yard touchdown play from Page. And it's 15 yards onto the touchdown to Summer. And the Cubs now make it a 70-0 ball game onto the touchdown play. Here comes the 2-point conversion, and that's the longest drive of the Cubs all night. They started on their own 40-yard line. They got all the way down the field. 12-play drive, 60 yards. Taking approximately 9 minutes off the clock here, as it will now be a 70-0 ball game and a 2-point conversion on the way for Page and the Cubs. So we have a penalty on the Vikings that will be assessed on the kickoff. So Page will be in the backfield by himself here with the twin receiver set both sides. 2.5 to play here in the third. Trying to make it a 72-0 ball game here in the third. Page going to hand off to the man coming around. It's going to be fumbled, and the point after will be no good. The 2-point conversion is no good. All right, so that will make it a 70-0 ball game. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back and bring you the kickoff. It's now 70-0 here for the Cubs on 1460 99.9 FM.
My grandpa started small, real small. Back then, we didn't have much to start with. It was a land, a mule, and a sack of seed, but he made it work. My family has been making it work for 2 generations since. It all started from the seed. In farming, everything starts with a seed. At Community National Bank of Trust, we've got the seed number you need to get started. Take pride in your work, and we take pride in helping you do it. Find the Community National Bank of Trust near you at mybankcmb.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Let's get back to the game on your home for the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
And we're back here as we get ready to go for the kick. And that clock continuing to run, and the Cubs taking their time here. But probably by the time we get the kickoff going here, we'll be at the end of this third quarter. As the Cubs are going to move on and be ready for round number 2. It'll be a home game for them here next week. It couldn't tell you exactly who that is, but it looks like the St. Paul Indians will be moving on next week too. And the Blue Comets have their first round playoff game coming up tomorrow night, as Fort Scott will be in town, and we'll have it for you on Z95.3 and on the live stream at CHS Blue Comets. Check it out at KINZ.biz. Go Blue Comets tomorrow night, as they are the SEK champs for the first time in a long time. So congratulations, Coach Frizzell and the Blue Comets. So after the penalty, that gains a kickoff now from the 45-yard line. Here's a kick, and it'll be taken there to 25. Coming up the middle, and a good tackle by the Cubs. As it looks like it's number 15 there onto the Kirkland. Going to bring it up, and we'll get down to about 24 seconds to go here. And Richmond will come out in this fourth quarter.
On the stop for the Cubs, number 82, Trent
Heiser on the stop here. So here come the Vikings. They might get this play off before the end of the third quarter. 6 seconds, and they will. They'll get it off. Here's quarterback trying to run through, and he gets stacked up in the backfield there by Cobalt. And that was Detweiler, who is going to be tackled there. So that's the end of the third quarter. So we got the fourth quarter coming up, so we'll leave it right here as Summers makes this tackle right there. So right now, get ready to go for this fourth quarter, and it will be the Vikings football, and we will have it first, or make that a 2nd down and 10 from their own 24-yard line, as it's a 70-0 ball game here. And I want to say a big thank you to my buddy Marshall and all the good folks down at Dudley's Done Right Barbecue bringing us the live stream here tonight. We really do appreciate that. And Mark had to pull double duty back at the studio. We had somebody that didn't show up out there, and so appreciate him doing that. So maybe we had the right idea. Instead of giving him another shot there, we should have just did my original plan, but that's all right. We'll take care of that, and congratulations, St. Paul. We'll be ready to go for tomorrow night for Blue Comet football. Now, next week, folks, the guy that usually does the ball games for us, Brett, he's no longer with us, so wish him well with whatever he's deciding to do. And if the Blue Comets play on Friday night next week, folks, and the Cubs play on Friday night next week, folks, I'll do what I can to get it on the air for you. Just going to depend on how we get things done, but I'll see what I can do. But if it happens to be a Thursday, Friday night, I'll definitely be here for the Cubs as much as I possibly can as we go through the playoff season here for the Cubs, as well as, let's do this because if we don't, we'll be in trouble. So I think I figured out a little bit of why maybe we had some trouble last week with the internet. We have a computer here that's asking for some updates, and maybe they just weren't done. So I apologize for that final regular season game of the broadcast, folks, but it looks like that's kind of how things happen. So here we go as the Vikings trying to bring it up the guts, and a nice play of that Cub defense. A lot of seconds in there, and a nice stack up right there at the line is Detweiler. Takes it up to about the 30-yard line. And he'll pick up about 7, so it'll be a 2nd down, and they'll call it, we'll get about 6, so they'll call it a 2nd down and make that 3rd down and 4 now for the Cubs. And the Cub crowd calling for the clock. It's cold out here, and they're trying to get that clock ran and get this thing over with. It's a chilly night here in Humboldt. So now Detweiler going to throw it out here. Got his man, and a nice completion at the 30-yard line, but a good job, the Cubs stacking him up right there at the point of attack. And that was a Gene as well as a Sinkum. Dakota Sinkum, number 20, Slocum. Sorry, Dakota Slocum. Read that one there. So now it's a couple yards on that play up to about the 30-yard line. Brings up a 3rd down, and we're going to call it 4 as the Vikings come back to the ball. Detweiler noticeably limping a little bit, and hope he's going to be okay. He's been fighting through. He's played really good here for the Vikings tonight. And bringing the man in motion from the right to left side. They go left to right here in the fourth quarter. Detweiler trying to turn his corner. He'll follow his blockers, find some room there onto the far side, still on his feet. Looking to go down the sideline. He'll get into Cub territory. And before he's finally knocked out of bounds there, close to the 40-yard line, down to about the 35. And a nice run there by Detweiler. His biggest run of the night gets the Vikings into Cub territory. And a chance maybe to get this goose egg off of the scoreboard here for the Vikings. I know that is probably their number one priority right now as they get down to the 40-yard line. And a great run and another 1st down here for Detweiler and the Vikings. 10.5 to go. That clock rolls. It's another 1st down here for the Vikings. And Detweiler brings it right back to the line. This time it's going to be Burson into the backfield for the Vikings with a 2 receiver set, both sides. Burson going to hand off. Coming around from the left to the right, and a nice job out of Cub defense right there to tackle Kirkland as he gets up to about the 40-yard line, back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Nash on the stop there for the Cubs. So it's a 2nd down and 10 with no gain on the play for the Vikings. Clock down, rolling down to about 9.5 to go into the ball game. And a big win here tonight for the Cubs over the Vikings. Chilly night here in Humboldt for this ball game too. It's all right, coming back to the line. Burson takes it himself, tries to find some room up the gut, and he has some room. He'll get up across the 35-yard line down to about the 32, maybe the 33.
Number 23, Brady Burson. On the stop for the Cubs, number 68, Andrew Watts. 7-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down and 3.
So there's a 3rd down and 3 for Burson and the Viking offense. Trying to get the play off here. You hear Coach tell him to hurry over on the other side. Burson in the backfield. Going to look to pass now. Going to put up, got a man down there, and it costs a minute. He's got him for the touchdown, and that's Detweiler. So they get him in there, and it's a nice pass there from Burson to Detweiler. And that's going to be a 33-yard touchdown pass. So Burson to Detweiler for 33 yards. It gets him on the board here for the score. And I guess that goose egg off of there, and I know that was mainly what the Richmond Vikings wanted to see come off that board here tonight as they get to the points to make it 70-6. And then they'll try a 2-point conversion now. Will the Vikings. Detweiler just made the touchdown catch in a quarterback. Him and Burson have been doing a good job back there for the Vikings. They're going to try to flow over to the far side, trying to turn the corner, having to outrun the Cub defense, and Detweiler takes it in for the 2-point conversion, and it is good, good, good. So that will make it a 70-8 ball game here. We still have about 7.5 to go. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back. Cub football, 1460, 99.9.
Here at 368 Wood Street, District is proud to serve our student comprehension for a variety of educational programs also received ranking from special education to concurrent enrollment college teaching to on-time community college. The building reputation and the Richmond School District are committed to excellence in public education. We work at Humboldt School District by all students with skills and knowledge necessary for success. Let's build Cubs. Let's get back to the game on your home for the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
And we are back here as we get ready to go for the kickoff here, and it's a 70-8 ball game. Cubs with the lead. The clock continuing to roll. We'll be down to about 6.5 to go by the time we get to kickoff. Back deep for the Cubs. We got Nash as well as Slocum. And also number 10 back there, that is Gene. So Gene, Slocum, and Nash back deep as Richmond gets on the board here late into the 4th quarter. And it's a high kick over to the far side. It'll bounce, and the Cubs will jump on top of it there at about the 30-yard line and take over. So nice try there as the Vikings were trying to find their way down the sideline, let it bounce and hit the ground, and then pick it up themselves. But Stevens picks it up, and it will be Cub football. 6 minutes to play into this ball game. So 1st down and 10 for the Cubs. And they'll have it on the 30-yard line. So a nice job by the Cubs. They started that 3rd quarter and just took that long drive, had a very, very long drive. Took almost 9 minutes, 60 yards for the touchdown score, culminating a 15-yard pass out there to got that touchdown pass. I'm trying to see what the umpires are out here talking about. All right, so they're going to move the ball back here. There's a penalty apparently out there, so 5:27 to go. So taking the time off the clock still. Going to back up the Cubs even more.
Flag on the play.
Back to about the 15-yard line after the flag by the Cubs. So that's a 15-yard penalty there onto the Cubs.
15-yard line.
3 penalties on the night for 30 yards for the Cubs. So here we go, ready to go with it. Summer with that touchdown catch a while ago, folks. And that ball gets away, and now the Cubs trying to pick it up and into the inside the 5-yard line after the fumbled snap. Page with it. That's going to take the Cubs all the way back to about the 2 or 3 yard line. That's going to make them a 2nd down and about 25. No, not that quite that many, but pretty close. 22, 23 yards now for the Cubs. So a long one here for the Cubs. We get down to about 4 minutes to go by the time Gene snaps, or Page snaps the ball here for the Cubs. He'll be in his own end zone. So a nice time for the Cubs to work out some of their offense here with Page and Nash in the background. I'm trying to bring it here to the near side. Is Page. He'll try to find some room. He'll get across the 5-yard line. So good job by Page. He'll take it across the 5-yard line to get a few. So now that'll take it up to about to the 8-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd down and about 22 here for the Cubs. As I don't know, Cubs getting fired up down here on the sideline. I don't know if Coach is going to call in his first team defense if they don't pick it up to keep him out of the end zone here with 3.5 to go. We'll see. As Page ready to go. Nash in the backfield. And here's a snap. Gonna look to pass, coming across wide open in the middle. He's got his man, and it's a first down for the Cubs at the 40-yard line. A nice little pitch and catch there as they get it out to number 34, Summers. That's a first down, Cubs, as they take it all the way out to the 40-yard line, and a nice play there from Page to Summers. First down, Cubs, and that could seal the deal here as we get down to 3 minutes left to go, as the Cubs are going to win this game here, 70-8. And that clock will roll down here tonight to wrap this one up. Page and Nash once again into the backfield. We're going to get a timeout by the Vikings. So a quick timeout here by the Vikings, and that will stop the clock, though. They take the timeout. It will stop the clock. 2:36 to go. So how about a quick 30-second timeout back at the studio. We'll be right back. 1460, 99.9 FM.
Finance plans are now available at Eastside Tire in Humboldt. Over 90% of applicants will be approved for financing when you purchase goods or services from your friends at Eastside Tire. The approval process takes less than 30 minutes and you can be approved up to $5,000. At Eastside Tire, we're here when you need a little help with that big purchase. For all your tire, alignment, brake, and front-end repair needs on vehicles large and small, contact Eastside Tire in Humboldt and ask about our new financing options. Let's get back to the game on your home from the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
And we're back here as we get to the final couple minutes left in this ball game as the Cubs start off just torching the Vikings in this first quarter. And I think the Vikings just got a quick taste of how fast and quick this Cub offense is, and just never were able to recover from that first quarter where the Cubs just kind of blew it open right there against the Vikings. The Vikings been resilient. They've been out here. They've been playing defense. They haven't given up. They scored right there just a few minutes ago. So good job by the Vikings. Way to stick with it. Get that goose egg off the board. And that has to be a big accomplishment here for the Vikings tonight. And it's chilly night in Humboldt as the Cubs trying to move on into the second round next week. Page, once again in the backfield after a big play there to Summers, gives them a first down. Nash behind him. Page will look to throw out to Nash in the flat over to the far side. He's got it. He'll turn it upfield. He's at the 45 midfield. He's at 40, 35, 30. Nash still working his way back to the middle of the field. Still on his feet before he's finally taken down as he'll go down close to the 10-yard line. I know they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. The referee saying he stepped out of bounds on the far side there at about 29-yard line. So Nash with a big play down to the 29-yard line for the Cubs. And it's a first down. That's a 30-down pass play there for
About the 29-yard line. First and 10, Humboldt.
him to Nash. So it's a first down here for the Cubs. Got like 12 of those on the night. Clock now down to 1:45 left to go. As Page, Nash behind him in the pistol formation. And going to hand it off here to Nash. Nash going to try to take it up the gut. Find some room, and a nice tackle there by the Vikings. Like 17. Suarez on the stop there for the Vikings. That'll take it up to about to the 22-yard line.
Number 81, Jet Nash.
So with a 1:15 left to play, the Cubs going to get a big win here tonight. And that clock will now down close to about a minute to go And we'll see Coach Wyrick. No play clock here on the field. Kind of knows where they are. Sends in the play. Now the Cubs offense breaks huddle and heads to the line. Page brings him up. Nash behind him. He's got Summers in the slot. Gives it to Nash. Nash taking it over to the 6-hole over there. And Nash not getting far there. And that could be about it. We get down to 42 seconds to go. And 39 seconds to go. It's a first down for the Cubs. And I don't know if they're going to have to make them run another play. They may just walk off the field here and let this one be done with a 70-8 victory. As we get down to 23 seconds, they will have to snap it one more time, but it is another first down here for the Cubs. They ended up with 14 on the night. That's what I got them for. My stats definitely unofficial. And Page and the Cubs, victory formation. The greatest play in football, victory formation. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a 70-8 ball game as Humboldt wins over Richmond tonight. And a big ball game and a big win here for the Humboldt Cubs. I tell you what, that was a great game for the Cubs. They just came out firing in all cylinders right off the bat and held it up here tonight, and they just put it on in that first quarter and just held it up and kept it going all the way through this one here tonight. So the Cubs get the win here this evening over Richmond Central and the Vikings. We're going to send it back to the studio. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to come back and we're going to wrap this up here for you as the Cubs win it tonight, 70-8. Here on your home for the Cubs, 1460, 99.9 FM.
Whether it's a family night out or dining at home, Opie's Family Restaurant has your menu covered. They offer a delicious variety of food on their daily buffet with a fresh salad bar, pizza, roasted chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, and so much more. Get their awesome selection of sandwiches, a favorite of the Cubs team. If you have the pickiest of eaters in your family or want to try something new, come dine with us at Opie's Family Restaurant in Humboldt and Chanute. The Monarch Seaman Company has been committed to quality and excellence for more than 100 years. The employees of Monarch have worked hard to produce highest quality cement for its customers. We don't stop at just making the highest quality cement. The Monarch family of companies extends into the realm of ready-mix concrete products, and sundry building materials. Monarch employees share a commitment to be essential in meeting the varied applications of their customers. Monarch Seaman Company, dedicated to quality and craftsmanship for over a century. BMW truck producers, we stand for the future of American manufacturing. Help America keep pursuing one of the allowing the principles of working out and make the leaders. That's my BMW truck producers are still made in Humboldt, Kansas. Strong, consistent, and trusted BMW products are manufactured in a state-of-the-art facility that offers skilled workforce capacity. Once a year truck producers, made addition to rely on good uncompromised and needed to you. That's why we purchase on the U.S.-made studio that shaped in the safe and durable American products. BMW truck producers, proudly made in Humboldt, Kansas. Go, Cubs! Here, chicken today, which features proud to serve our free and recreation for a variety of educational programs and services ranging from special education to concurrent and college courses for all types of learning college. For more education and addiction leadership in life, committed to excellence in public education, the work of the students served by all students with skills and knowledge necessary for success. Let's go, Cubs! Let's get back to the game with your home for the Humboldt Cubs, 1460 AM and 99.9 FM.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here to wrap this up, and I just say thanks a lot to Mark for making it sound good back in the studio there. Dudley's John Rye Barbecue for bringing us the live stream video here tonight, and all of our wonderful sponsors help bring us Humboldt Cub football and sports throughout the year. Monarch Seaman Company, Openey's restaurant. Also, we have Eastside Tire, Monarch Seaman Company, B&W Trader Hitches, as well as USD 258, and all kinds of wonderful Community National Bank out there, as well as Ryan Disbro, State Farm Insurance Agent in Chanute, bringing us the game here. But a big game here for the Cubs. It started there in that first quarter. I mean, they ended up at a 36-0 clip here at the end of the first quarter, and it was just all in that first quarter. I mean, they started off, the Cubs taking their first play. They get a 30-yard touchdown run from Connor Haviland. 2-point conversion is good. They give it right back to him. They get an interception, and then it's Cooper Jarrow taking it back to the house for a 51-yard pick six. And so Cooper Jarrow then and Connor Havlin get the Cubs up quickly here in this first quarter, and still had about 2 or 3 minutes, or about 10 minutes left to go after those two plays. Then we give it right back to them, and they pick it off again. It was Connor Havlin picking it off again there, and had to give it to the big man, number 71, Hull. He takes it into the house for a very short game. And like I said, the Cubs had at least 7 one-play and then a couple of two-play drives for touchdowns here tonight, and Connor Havlin just proves what just a great athlete he is here tonight. But I mean, tell you what, he's got a great offensive line. He's got some great receivers out there as well. They've been running the ball very, very well. But Connor's, he got to get those blocks downfield, and that includes getting blocks from your receivers and things too, which he definitely got quite a few of those tonight as well, to spring him out there to really take and get that big runs that he got this evening. And I tell you what, he just looked really, really good out there passing the ball. And then, hey, Page comes in here, and then the twos get in here, and they did a really good job as well. But I tell you, 64-0 at the end of that first half, and lots of opportunities here for the Cubs. And like I said, they just kind of blew it open before the Cubs really had too much to do on the offensive side of it there. They already had a big lead here, and they were able just to hold it on and keep Richmond at bay with their defense tonight too. So a couple interceptions, getting them to turn it over on downs. Richmond, I think they just got a little surprised about how the Cubs came out on them. I don't think they were surprised to get it that quick. I think Richmond thought they were going to be a little bit more into it there at the beginning, but the Cubs just come out on them too quick, just kept putting up points. And Richmond, they did stay in. I got to give to the Vikings. They're a good little football team. I think that they probably expected to be a little bit different here tonight, but hey, they fought and they were resilient, and they put some points on the board. So that was good by them and their squad to finish out the night the way that they did. Very proud of that, to watch them play here tonight. They played a tough game. So that's kind of the way it's going to wrap up here tonight, folks, as the Cubs win a big 70-8 in their first round matchup over the Richmond Central Vikings. That is going to do it for me, folks. So I appreciate you being here. Mark sounded good making it sound good back in the studio. We'll get to next week on. We'll see what we got to do, but I'll see you tomorrow night. Join us for Blue Comet football on Z95.3, as I'll be there bringing that game to you at the Chanute Sports Complex. Fort Scott in town for their first round matchup for the Blue Comets. That's going to do it for me here tonight, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for Cub football on your home for 1460, 99.9 FM. Have a great night, everybody. We're out of here. Bye-bye.
We'd like to tuning in to the Humboldt Cubs broadcast. Drive safely, and we'll catch you next